Farming and Conrad.
And then you guys open to leave or us to sign up.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll get the team will send you an email, one email with the portal links to this in the here. Yeah. Right, so what we'll do is you'll just do a clean email, it sends you pages attached and the portal links.
That's it.
Keep it easy, keep it easy.
That's what I like it.
Yes, less is more. Less is more.
How's everything else? Right? If you survive this year, you're gonna be good.
That's true. The key is if you can find the way of when things get easier, you appreciate that.
Yeah. You guys must go back. Yeah. He's on the way. So many. It's only if you wait inside. How can you banner it?
I know. Is it anyway? A lot of agreements are lying on the phones. Project right old years ago.
And I'm reading all of them.
But we're seeing a lot of these great donations into. So that's where but we are, John, we've adapted our set incentives and all in some of our projects. So we talk about that today, like I said, some of our projects are incentivized. Actually, quicker payment machine is strong. And it's not going to be like making launch. Roll them up in payments. Buy quickly. So what's yes. Yeah.
You know how, right?
I know Alan very well. Alan's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we have to change our structure.
Yeah.
It's not big motion pattern, you're gonna try to.
Yeah, but everybody's in that one. You know, Alan never dating Katie or dating.
Yeah.
So it's we're getting to the point. That's good news. Hey, I'd be happy to be getting my. Well, yeah, nice to meet you. Pleasure. How are you?
You guys don't sign in the sunrise, right? You didn't sunrise.
No.
Robert Edwards?
We've done like a lot of digital downtown products. We do Academy's product.
I've always been a fan of that.
Yeah. We go there, another building comes with them next year, early next year, so. We've got some big. Who are very specific, John, I'm just saying that we're not a like baker who we respect, it's like ours, like baker, there is they do volume. Lots of Birch is, you know, 5 million a year, we do it very well.
Oh, okay.
But we're not trying to be a volume based team. Our team is tight.
Hey,
Hey, how are you? Yeah, I didn't know you'd be here.
I know.
Oh, great, how are you keeping? All good?
Yeah.
Keeping well?
hey, I know, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean.
夫妻谈判，
不好意思，就说一下，我有趣 very well. I can't remember how to
He's like,
She doesn't love you. She can be every day.
真诚夫妻谈判。
No, he's Irish.
I from Sean.
She loves it.
Oh my gosh, she's like a model. He looks super gorgeous.
我走到这里，
You know what? I can't introduce it to you.
先看看，你们先看看。
I know she's great. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. Yeah, I do.
今天吃饭讲
I have to hold on to it now. That's the key.
所以价高，不知道会价钱高一点。现在又怕说那个卖家的那种很低，对，那个时候怎么说呢？从大概6月份开始，开始没看，然后就是这个艺术机，对，在期待，在期待，对。你现在又更低，他们会觉得在我这
I agree. That's why I thought like, oh,
Wait,
great.
shit, how are you, Rob?
Watch.
Oh, look at all. Right. I see.
Yeah.
便当不是便当，便当
有一次有便当，那个有一期很好，是便当很好，对对。
换人来有便当，
不晓得那一次是台湾
你们就那你们去照片为什么没有来吃？哦，才遇得到，阿公跟我说，
我那时候想说，哎，后面的便当星期，你那时候没有在，
他就捐，他今天是捐钱过来的。
我讲便当，我没有，还白讲说没有。
So I'm more of a face person.
Yeah,
我们通常都是你们也是忙的，我们因为我们小时候10点到饭是你开会吗？
and then that is.
我都不来了。
Yeah, like your friends at a table. It wasn't even the other, I just crossed it, I took the island if you were ready, but Alan was great one. Oh, and Ron on.
The lunch is where they eating together.
You
know what?
Pretty fun. It's a small world. Yeah. Pretty fun.
I was just finishing talk with Christopher Alexander.
Yeah.
And after that, I got my lunch.
It could be anywhere,
There you go.
could be anywhere.
Which one?
So how are you? I'm good. I was. I only moved here. I did that one. I want to leave for the presentation. So it's from wouldn't understand. Like the fact I did the holiday, like the fact she can, you know. That's the Birch shade. Slow down.
What is this on Andy's?
I can pull it up though. Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah. So you need to Irish accent. Oh, because you're in front of a bunch of Chinese people.
I'm not automatically told.
Yeah.
If you were on the phone. Or a shot quicker. The accent.
Already turned on the Zoom.
Let me go back. Nice, there's something I repeat.
I know.
I have a definition. Yeah, exactly, you won't forget.
Is that funny?
Sorry, Kelly, so there's a short slide at one point that I have to use the mouse to click on the thing because it pops up like per
For which one? Like this one.
oh no keep going. It's like at the very end.
What do you think about the market stuff?
It's gonna pick up.
I think it's like around like 20.
20.
Keep going. Oh, right here. This one right there.
This one.
Yeah, so I have to click on each. I have to use for most. I just want to make sure it works. I think because I have to click on each of the
Like
it just could yeah.
ah.
Oh. Oh, is this power? Oh, can you? I have to use PowerPoint.
This one is PowerPoint PPT.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, because my computer was down.
Yeah.
The screen only can open
Oh,
like
really?
that
Okay.
wide. Therefore, we can see on the.
Click on the.
Do you want me to stop the sharing first? Because I already
Yeah.
turned on the Yeah, so right now they are still eating and we will be start pretty soon. So probably have to still wait for a second. I will mute for right now and when it begin, I will unmute it.
Yeah, you can jump in, speak to things as well. Whatever you want. Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing? Enjoying this fantastic real estate market? But we've good news today, but obviously another base point. So that's going to make hopefully a big difference for us. First of all, my name is Neil Hughes. I'm the Director of Sales with Austin Birch. This is my colleague, Nicholas. So what we're doing today is we're going to keep it quick and snappy. We're not going to bore everyone, and people online as well are here with us in person. We want to kind of showcase some of the projects that Austin Birch are working on. So Austin Birch are a sales and marketing company. We're not a brokerage. We specialize in a lot of pre-con projects throughout the GTA. We're very fortunate that we work for a lot of the big name developers in the city that we can speak to as our clients. Some of the people in the room here I've worked with before. Alison, we've met on multiple sites, so it's great to see you again. And I think we really want to encourage visitors or agents bringing their clients back to the sales gallery and understanding what myself and Nicholas and the Austin Birch team do. So to touch a little bit on some of the project, we act for RioCan, we act for Diamond Corp, we act for Lifetime, Minto, Madame E Homes, which we have future projects coming for as well. So we've act for 6, 7 huge corporate developers in the city. So we're definitely punching in terms of what we're achieving in the market. We've got some fantastic new incentives rolling out on a lot of our projects right now. We appreciate agents and buyers are getting overwhelmed with and inundated with emails and information constantly. Very difficult to digest all that. So this is the first team that we've come out to where we've basically pulled all the information into one presentation for all our projects. And we're going to go through them slowly and showcase exactly what's on offer right now. But really the main objective is that we're building, without being cheesy here, we're building relationships with new agents. It's a very different pre-con market and real estate market right now than what we were used to before. The access days are over. Anybody can walk into sales centers. It's just about educating people and educating the clients. And I think right now, and I think you guys can know this better than anyone, there's huge opportunities in the market. Really, people should be jumping into this market if they've got the cash to do it. Buy low and sell high. Everybody was buying high for 10 years. Really, this is the prime time to get into it, as long as the project makes sense. And what I mean by that is you can't be just giving all the bells and whistles for a pre-com building, and then there's a scenario where 3, 4 years, it doesn't even be built or you're getting your deposit back. So you don't want those scenarios. So again, we're very conscious. We're in a fortunate position. We haven't had that happen to us on any of our sites. And also, you just want to understand that when you are getting these incentives, all the bells and whistles, that you're doing your due diligence in the back end. Austin Birch are very, very particular. Alison knows this, John knows this, on what clients we work with. We do add an extra layer of due diligence to that as well, to ensure that the clients and the project that we're pitching is up to the standards for agents to pitch to their buyers as well, which is very important. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide through some of the projects that we have on offer. And as I said, we'll go through it quite quickly. We'll kind of give you the hot points so you understand it. And then, of course, I'll be here after the presentation, Nicholas as well. We can share our information. We'll send it to John as well, so he has all the information so that you can go through it in detail with your clients as well. So do we want to hit the lights? Thanks, John. So we've touched on Austin Birch. So sure. Sure why this is not moving. Oh, there we go. So let's jump into a project people may be familiar with. If not, I'll kind of give a quick high-level summary. Q Tower is a new project that's came at 200 Queens Quay West. It epitomizes downtown core location. Now, this is a very exciting project. It's one of the probably only projects we can speak to that we've introduced new incentives that make the units cash flow positive. So we're not just giving it a sales pitch on this. We've actually broken it down in Excel sheets with development charges, with closing costs, all added into this Excel. And we're showing you how we're getting these units cash flow positive. And how are we doing it? Is because we're giving $8 rental guarantees on some of our Citypolitan suites. So we're not, anything I'm talking to right now is these are all added in on your contract as amendments. So they're not just marketing incentives, okay? But again, we break that in more detail. 60 stories, 950 suites, ranging from studios to 2 beds. Occupancy, and I think this is a huge thing. Occupancy, you're looking at winter 2029. Realistically, this is going to run on to 2031. I think a huge thing, and Nick, you can jump in on these points as well, is we are very, very happy to say, and we don't get to say this a lot right now, is we're over 60% sold. The developers are putting out a public statement on this in the coming weeks. Construction starts at this site in January. So excavation team will be on site. As of now, this is a fully functioning car park. Those of you who may be familiar with Austin Birch have probably seen a lot of our marketing campaigns. We can actually bring you to the rooftop of the project as well, so you can go and see the views with your own eyes. Bring your clients to the rooftops. We've only got a few weeks left of this. It truly is a flagship project. Protected views to the north with your CN Tower. You've got protected views to the south due to the buildings in front of you, the Water Club towers. And then we've got a magnificent west views, and they are just incredible as well. So really, Q Tower is a really, really unique project. And the incentives we're rolling out, whether it's the commissions, and we'll talk about that offline as well, high incentive commission payouts, no risk to the clients. And what I mean by that is we are already at financing. We are already 60% sold. Construction is starting on this in January. This is a fantastic opportunity for you and your clients. And we've seen a lot of agents buy into the project as well, including myself. There's great opportunities before we start looking at price increasing next year. So we've met the bank requirements. Construction is going to start. You do not have to fear when you're pitching this project to your client. Is there going to be an issue in 3 or 4 months' time or a year's time? Get a call or an email saying deposits are being returned. So we're in a very, very fortunate position with this project. I highly recommend you come down to see the sales gallery on Wellington Street as well. You've got parking right outside the door. And if you want to bring your clients to the rooftop, we can also arrange personal walkthroughs on the actual rooftop of the site as well. That's very unique. In all of my career, I've never seen a site where we can actually bring buyers to the site location. Pre-con, we tend to people want to go to the sales office because it's much more glossier. With Q Tower, that is the exception. We want people to go to the site because you will understand it, the geographic location much better than what we're doing on marketing or the views as well. Anything you want to add, Nicholas, on Q Tower?
Say too, so for those that are interested as well, we're going to share the portal for everyone. So please leave your business cards. People on Zoom as well, please give us your contact information. We're going to give you the portal, the black line. On there is going to be showing you updated units are available for your clients, as well as Neil mentioned, the rooftop. In addition to that, we have the key plate painted on top of the rooftop. So just give your clients a visual of how the tower is going to be laid up on the podium. And on the Blackline portal too, we have every single floor drone shot of every single floor of the views. So you have a 360 view of what exactly your client's going to be seeing at a certain floor all the way up to basically 60.
Yeah, the views are unmatched and protected, which is unheard of.
Daytime and night.
Yeah, and I think, as Nick mentioned, I can't emphasize this enough. Like, salespeople can come up and give marketing pitches. You need to take a look at Q Tower. I cannot emphasize. If you do pre-con or not, you need to look at it. Based on the rental guarantee, the figures make complete sense. We've got incredible agents incentives right now. There is huge opportunity to get into this project. We've released a lot of more units as well. So as that we're 60% sold, but we're still conscious. It's a 900 unit building. We still have a lot of inventory we want to get through. But we really want to encourage you, if you have some potential clients or considering marketing it, let us know. But really, you want to get them to the rooftop, get them to the sales gallery for us to talk you through it as well. We've got some really good investor packs, which we actually can show you the numbers and you can share it with your client. We take a unit, we give the price of the unit, we take the square footage, we show you the rental guarantee. It's a 2-year rental guarantee. You can literally show how we get that unit cash flow positive. We're not just kind of giving a quick overview. It's a full breakdown. For those of you aren't analytical, you know, there's a lot of information in it, but it shows how concrete and definitive we are with these incentives as well. But again, any questions after, we can go through it in more detail. Obviously, your standard high rise, we've got 27,000 square foot of amenity space. You've got your Porte Cochere, which is very best example is like your Harbour Plaza. You can drive through from north to south. And then Michael Mobius is the artist collaboration as well. I think before we jump on to the next, it's Lifetime and Diamond Corp. I presume a lot of you recognize some of the names. If you don't, Lifetime and Diamond Corp are involved in some of the biggest projects in the city. You know, you've got your Lifetime who have built Beach Hotel, Four Seasons. Diamond Corp are, ironically, are involved in investing in a lot of the big developers in the city. They're involved in the financing on the Well project, which is right down from the sales center as well. So they're big name developments, good to showcase your clients if they are interested that these are powerhouses. The Well is a great example. When you come and park at the sales gallery at Wellington, you walk into you can literally walk out with your clients and bring them down towards the Well and show them what the caliber of what this developer is doing as well. So a lot of selling points. Next project, Alison is very familiar with this project as well, is 8 Temple by a boutique developer called Curated Properties. This team has been around since the 1980s, okay? They've built some very, very impressive projects. They've built the plant on Queen West, which is an award-winning project. That was the 2018 Build Project of the Year. They've built Edition Richmond. They're very unique in that they only build 1 or 2 buildings every 2 years. Now, I am huge ambassadors of this developer. They build stunning, stunning projects. Alison, you've seen the sales gallery yourself. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful sales gallery. We also have their Accra project at Yonge and Eglinton, which is already under construction. And they're very unique in terms of their customizations and their partnerships. So Chappie Chapo are the design partners with Curated. Now, who are Chappie Chapo? They're an award-winning, world award-winning design company. They've designed the Ritz, the Four Seasons, So they're traditionally only doing 5-star hotels around the world. This is the first developer, and this is fact, that they've ever worked with from a residential building. So when you talk about Shapi Chapo, they are your Rolls Royce of the design world. They're very particular who they would work with. So it's a testament to Curated as a developer that this design company has agreed. I went down with the developers to Mexico City. If you've anyone's been to Mexico City or is planning to go, there's the new Ritz-Carlton that just opened last year, has been designed by Shapi Chapo. So I walked the hotel in Mexico City with Boris, who owns Shapi Chapo. He showcased the features, like you may remember, Alison, some of the fireplace features and the wall features that are in the sales gallery. They're actual features that I've seen built in the Ritz-Carlton in Mexico City. So huge powerhouse. You may not be familiar with who Curated are. They've the same brand name since the 80s. They've never, dissolved a company, set up a new name, never not built a project. They're very boutique. They're very specific about what they do. It is fantastic end user product. And I would highly recommend you come see some of our sales galleries as well, particularly the one in Liberty Village. So they're not a high-rise developer. They tend to do mid-rise. But I think, again, we're slightly different than the corporate developers, but it's important that you understand and the people watching online understand these are very reputable developer. They're not building 5,000 condos a year. They do one building. Adam and Gary, Adam who owns it is an architectural history background, so it's slightly different than your traditional developer. It's not just numbers. They have very much attention to detail in everything they do, and they're very good on their customizations. So excuse the pun, but Curated exactly what they say. They curate their suites as much as possible to whatever the buyer's needs are. And again, as Alison has seen, the attention to detail in the sales gallery is very, very impressive as well. So beautiful developer. It's kind of showcasing different. This is downtown. We're just off Liberty Village. You're about a 10-minute west walk of Liberty Village. So, which is going through a lot of changes in that area right now. If you're not familiar with Liberty Village, I'll give you 2 or 3 quick points. You've got your GO train at Exhibition, which is less than a 5-minute walk from the site location. That will get you to downtown Union Station in 7 minutes. It's one stop. Exhibition Union, 7 minutes. You've also got access to the new subway, which will be coming at King and Sudbury as well. You've got access to the streetcar, which is right outside the door. And obviously your short stroll into Liberty Village. So it's got a near perfect transit score, but most importantly, Curated acquired their sites in locations with future growth. They're not paying hundreds of millions on site acquisitions for already established locations. And it is relevant because they're acquiring sites where they feel there's going to be growth, which gives them increase in value. But most importantly as well, the buyers will see growth because pricing you're paying in certain areas for this particular building right now will obviously be considerably higher in 4 or 5 years when it's completed due to this new transit hub that's coming as well. And in terms of limited supply coming to that area, the next natural progression from Liberty Village is west. So they can't geographically, there's no other, they can't go further north, they have to go west. So this is an area what I'm very bullish on as well. We have a unit here, 1+10. We've got protected views on the south side facing the lakes due to the residential zoning on the south as well. It's low rise on the south. So again, one of exemption of Q Tower, one of the few projects in the city that I can actually speak to on camera and guarantee you those lake views. Those of you who haven't worked with me, I'm very conscious when I speak to views. You got to be very careful, especially in the city. 90% of the time, there's going to be future development. You're going to lose those views. Q Tower and A Temple are the ones I can speak to definitively that you've got these protected views. So again, everything is interactive, similar to Q Tower. You go into the portal, we've got the views from all the exposures as well. So this is again, just some of the highlights. We've talked on Shapi Chapo. What's unique about Temple as well as all the amenities are on the very top floor of the building. So we don't have penthouses. We've got 14 residential. The 15th floor is all the amenity spaces. We've got outdoor saunas, outdoor strength and conditioning fitness rooms. We've got your outdoor cinema room, the bar area, which Alison remembers was in the actual sales center as well. The archway features are all in the sales center. So they've spent a lot of money and detail on that sales gallery. So again, it showcases, they're going to put that effort into the gallery. You can imagine what they're going to do with the building as well. If you have a client who might be interested and not familiar with the brand, you're only as good as what you've built. Go look at the plant. Queen and Dovercourt. That is an award-winning project, probably the first of its kind. Lots of glass and green finish. Resale values are very, very high compared to comparable buildings and resale buildings in the area as well. So very, very unique. And their offices is right underneath the plant as well. Accra, again, this is their project by Curated at Young and Eglinton. We're already at construction financing, cranes on site. We're 200 units, 22 stories. Again, occupancy is going to be into spring 2026. We've got some options there. Midtown is getting very popular right now. We've got some really good suites that are left available in this. It's modeled on a building we've actually seen in New York. So the first 6 floors are this beautiful Danish brick, which we've imported from Denmark. So again, this just shows the attention to detail. Accra is based on wellness. That's the model of the building. So when you walk into the actual lobby of the building, you're going to have light mood setting lighting that we've seen from hotels in Europe, boutique hotels in Europe. We've got scent machines and diffusers in the sales gallery with this specific scent that the developers have picked out. But in the actual building itself, it runs through the HVAC system, which I haven't seen before. So all the communal areas of the building, the amenity space, the lobby space, the co-working space, all has this very beautiful scent. Like you would literally, it's very neutral. It's not overpowering. And that runs through the HVAC. But again, it's showing the detail about what Curated does. Okay, some of the highlights. Then we jumped into Boulevard Q by Madame E Homes. And don't worry, we're going to send you this information afterwards as well. Boulevard Q is a project we launched towards the end of last year. It's 11 stories, 210 units. We had the groundbreaking ceremony 3 weeks ago. So we're already at construction financing. We've got some amazing incentives that we've just released right now over the last week or so. We're at 7% commission on these projects as well. And agents incentives, 5% off the price. This is a no-brainer. So I'm not going to go into, lots of marketing and cheesy sales pitch here. This is Madame E. They're the largest privately owned developer in North America. Everybody in this room knows who Madame E Homes are. They had already put their construction team to excavate the site without even speaking to us before we'd even put 15% sales into the building. That just shows how big they are. They didn't even need us to hit our quota of sales for them to clear the site. We're already 65% sold. We've had the ceremony 2 weeks ago, as I said, for the groundbreaking ceremony, and we probably want to do another 10, 15 deals by the end of the year. So we're not lying on that fact. We want to move some more units, but again, this is a very, very safe investment for your client. Pricing has not been increased. We're the same price from when we launched. We're offering a 5% discount to your clients. The incentives, ironically, are actually better than when we launched the building a few months ago. The commissions are higher, and we didn't have a 5% discount when we launched as well. Madame E are in a position that people who did buy when we launched, we're offering them credits and closing. Only Madame E could do that. Most developers say that's unfortunate. We launched at a different time. This is the way the market is now. So Madame E obviously financially can do that. So highly recommend you come to the sales gallery as well. We're on Bloor West in one of Madame E's corporate head office, which is very impressive. So if you have a client who is a little bit nervous about developers, understandably what you're seeing in the market or in the media, bring them, because it's their corporate head office where their finance team and the design team is. They come up to the 18th floor. We've got the Boulevard Q sales gallery customized and built into their corporate head office. And it's got incredible views south down over Etobicoke and Mimico as well. So if you just want to add an extra layer of kind of comfort to the buyers, they understand we're at construction finance, but if they want to feel the power of the brand, the Madame E brand, definitely bring them to the sales gallery as well. Good commissions, discounts as well for the units. And as I mentioned, John Allison earlier on, all our sites, you can take it, we're open to conversations. So we want to have the conversation with you and the clients. Don't just look at the price list or incentive sheet and take it for word that that's all there's been on offer and you rule it out and go on to the next project. Speak to the team and myself, because everything can be customized within reason. Obviously, every developer is different, but we prefer you engage with us in conversations than not speak to us at all. Again, talking about the building itself, we're 3 levels of amenity space, commercial and retail at grade. And then we've got private separate entrance with concierge as well. This is right on the Queensway. So if those of you are not familiar with kind of what's happening on the Queensway, there's huge development. RioCan had their project at Queensway in Islington, which we also oversaw as well at the launch of that 2 years ago. That's 90% sold with the topping off event 2 weeks ago for that project. You've got Cool Condos, you've got Joya. There's a lot happening on the Queensway. And again, I'm not here to talk about competitor projects, but the reason I'm mentioning it is it's going through huge growth. So if your clients are looking, the Queensway is an area you want to kind of just have another look at it. Because if the big developers are acquiring their sites and launching buildings there, they tend to know something before we do. So they see that this location is going to be increasing substantially over the next couple of years as well. But most importantly, we've got some great value. We are well in line, if not cheaper, than comparable projects that have launched on the Queensway. We pivoted, we brought in huge discounts as well. So lots to choose from in that location. And again, we're very confident, especially with the Madame E brand as well, that we can help you get the deals over the line with your clients. Traditionally, Mattamy were not known for, their commissions are at a certain threshold. This is, I think, one of their first projects that they've increased substantially. So we're at 6 and 7% commissions, and we are the fastest commission payout in the city. Everyone is hurting right now in real estate, including myself. Everybody is conscious about getting cash in as quick as possible. We can do this with Mattamy. We've already done, if you have no agents who've done deals and you ask them on this program, with a 50-50 program, the fastest commission payouts in the city. You're getting your commission checks very, very quick. So again, from that reason, it's worth looking at that as well. Then we get into, again, another fantastic developer who we've been working with for a number of years, Minto Communities. Again, they don't need much of an introduction as well. They're throughout the US too. We tend to look after their downtown projects. This is a project we launched back in 2019 called 123 Portland. Now, the reason we want to showcase is the building is built. It's resale units. You can walk your clients through the units, but we're offering huge discounts on the prices of these units. Much cheaper than when we launched. We've done 3 deals. We sold a penthouse, lower penthouse, and 11th floor units in the last 3 weeks at considerable discounts. If you're looking and you're dealing with clients who are looking at value, which we all are in downtown, in resale, we're in line with resale, if not cheaper, in this King West location. We're right at the corner of Portland and Adelaide. I don't know if you've seen this building, Alison. It is a stunning building. We can do private walkthroughs with you and the clients. We've got the top floor amenity space. And as I said, we're offering huge discounts on this as well. The whole top floor of the building is all terrace. So there's no penthouse. That's all been given back to the residents as well. It's 90% occupied. Residents are already in the building. Highly recommend you coming in and looking at this. Huge discounts. Again, when things aren't selling, and I'm telling you, we've done 3 deals here over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I don't want to get into it right now, but private, we can discuss it. Big discounts, especially if you're looking at that King West, Queen West location for your clients as well. Okay. Again, moving on to one of their other, this is kind of some of the internal finishes of the building, but again, you can actually walk through this. The good thing is this was the renderings when we launched in 2019. I can tell you categorically, this looks better than even the renderings, which is unusual on pre-con. So when you walk through the Portland building, it's come out even better than what we've showcased in our videos and our branding as well. Truly stunning building. Also, keeping in line with the Minto brand, we also launched the Saint at Church in Adelaide back in 2019. Occupancy is going to start January, February. We've got limited units, probably got 5-6 units left in the building to sell. So we've over 96-97% of this project sold. We do have some units, particularly the 825 was my favorite unit, 825 square foot on the southwest corner. When we launched this, everyone, just before people ask, this was kind of before that church corridor started going crazy on PSFs and was going, 14, 15, 16, 1700. We launched it like 1200, 1250. So our remaining inventory is very competitive on pricing. And that's why we're not dealing, compared to some other sites, we're not dealing with a lot of buyers who are dealing with defaults or issues on closing these units because they weren't at the sky high PSFs. So there's some good value left at the Saint as well. And as I said, buyers, very limited assignments on the project as well, which is a very good sign, particularly in this market. So worth having a look at this right at the corner of Church and Adelaide. You've got stone's throw from Deloitte across the street as well. Access down to St. Lawrence Market in 5 minutes, Financial District in 5 minutes. Yeah, you've got Eaton Centre 5 minutes. So typical downtown core project, but again, some good units left as well in that building. This is just, again, some of the overview. It's your traditional high-rise, 5-level of amenity space. Again, integrated infrared sauna room, Zen gardens, co-working space. A lot of my own team personally purchased this project as well. But you can see it's already up in the sky right now. So if you want any information, you can let the team and I know. Now we're going off to slightly different part of the city. We're going to District Trailside, which is a magnificent project by District down in Oakville, just on Dundas Street West. So this was a 10-story building, occupancy of spring 2024, 1 and 3 bedrooms. Oakville, ironically, right now, and you guys maybe will speak to this more than most, but there seems to be some activity at the right price in that Oakville location, even right now. So we're offering huge values again, similar to what I mentioned about the Portland building. We're in line with resale, if not cheaper. We've done 8-9 deals in the last 3 weeks on open houses on that site. We had 60 people at an open house 2 weeks ago. So much so that we had to draft team members in from other sites to come help out because we didn't expect those numbers. So 60 people, we didn't transact obviously 60, but getting those kind of numbers into an open house in this market is showing us that there's something happening here. It's appealing to buyers. So Again, you're not seeing a brand, you're not seeing huge marketing or huge PR branding on it. Reach out to the team if you have some clients for this location. Huge deals being offered right now, and we are transacting in the project. The buildings are also built as well. Again, talking about the building itself, obviously we can do private walkthroughs, but to kind of overview, 2 levels dedicated to amenities, 24-hour concierge, fitness studio, smart home system, luxury kitchens. They were beautiful kitchens, actually. We've had huge feedback from buyers. Normally, when you're talking about kitchens and demo centers, the spec is never as good when they get into the actual finalized product. The Trevisano kitchens have really stood the test of time from when we launched. Beautiful, well finished. Buyers are extremely happy with the finishes in this product as well. But you don't need to take our word from it. We can walk you through with the clients as well. Again, this was the second building, District 2.0, right next door. And then again, we've got more time in this. This is kind of winter 2025 timeline. Oh, there we go. Okay. Next one, again, I'm just going through these a little bit quicker as I don't want to overwhelm. We discussed the Queensway. This was the project we launched 2 years ago for Riocan Living, also another fantastic client of ours. 10 and 17 stories. We had the topping off event 2 weeks ago. So again, these are good projects, guys, for you to pitch because there's no risk element. They're already built or we're already at construction financing. So I'm not coming in at 10, 15%, 20% sales, you know, looking to increase our sales volume. These are products that are already up in the sky. Cranes are there. People are moving in. So they're safe inventory investments. We have 203 on the west, which was the smaller building, and 341 units on the east. So we ran 10 stories, 11, and then at our highest point was 17 stories as well, right at the corner of Queensway and Islington. We're giving mortgage guarantees on this right now, which we'll send you the information on. And there's some really good incentives. We've got maybe 5% of the building left to sell as well. And again, this is just an overview of some of the amenity space. 25,000 square foot on the East Tower. West Tower, we've got dog spa, 1 valet, 2 separate management companies, 2 separate fobs, or different access to individual buildings as well. Okay. The Bedford, this is a fantastic project at 287 Davenport in Yorkville. So we just actually did an event last night with some luxury agents who focus on a lot of this area. This is an incredible sales gallery. I'm not sure if anybody in this room has been into the sales gallery. It's open by appointment, Alison. I don't know if you've seen it. I cannot emphasize enough to get in and have a look at this. This is stunning. We're averaging kind of anything from kind of 15 to 1900 in the PSF range. This is the definition of end user, Rosedale, Forest Hill, end users looking to get into that Yorkville location. We're doing customized kind of one-on-one appointments that usually take about 2 hours. It's open only privately to that client that's coming in. There's no other clients coming in at that time as well. It's a luxury experience, is what I'm saying. So it's very private. In terms of the developers as well, it's Bernac. So they're well known in the Toronto market and the GTA as well. Very famous family. They do everything from the land acquisition, the financing, to the build and the design all themselves. There's no third parties involved in this. So when they built the building right next door as well, a lot of the family have also purchased in the building. And again, we've already, we've sold probably 40% of this building. 24-hour concierge, full valet porter parking, everything you would expect in a luxury building. We think we've elevated it even more to service the needs of those kind of buyers that are looking at that Yorkville location. But definitely come in. The views as well, to the south side are literally incredible because you're looking down Bedford Road, looking back towards Yorkville, which is protected views to the south as well. We call it kind of your Central Park view. And again, the sales center is right on site at 287 Davenport. Most importantly, there's parking outside, so you can pull in right outside the sales gallery. And again, it's open by appointment only. So you just need to reach out to the team if you want to come in and see it. Normally, when we get buyers into the sales gallery, or agents get buyers or clients into this gallery, we're having very, very serious questions. Even if the person is coming in with no intention of buying something, they're just curious. They end up leaving the sales gallery thinking, okay, maybe this is something we need to think about. They're living in their 3 or 4 bedroom house. They're looking to downsize to something smaller, but they're not going to go to 1,000. We can customize units. We can get them up to 3,000-4,000. We're doing lots of tweaks. Zach Burnett, who is the VP and one of the family members of the developers, is very hands-on. We're doing huge personalized customizations. I did a deal about 3-4 months ago at 9 million on this. So the luxury is still transacting. There is still buyers there. But but you need to get them into the gallery. When you go through it very slowly, there is a whole experience. We've got an example of the kitchen finishes as well. The design colors. We've got the architects kind of touching in a personalized video, talking through their design process and the finishes for the building as well. But again, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful building. We're kind of calling it the quiet side of Yorkville. You're not in the craziness of Yorkville, you're just a short stroll to the site as well. So again, stunning gallery. Highly recommend booking a visit with myself and Jamie here on that one. So reach out if you want to do a private walkthrough or come with your clients or come on your own. Just let us know and we can facilitate that. The building highlights itself, as I said, porte cochere, 24-hour concierge. We've got a second lobby with porter service as well. So I think when we're talking about the Bedford, we have literally, they're used to building luxury buildings, the Burnack, so they know how to build luxury buildings. There's a service element that's more so required than standard buildings in the city. Service is 80% of what you need to be providing in luxury buildings, more so than anything. So when we talk about coming into the building, you've got this magnificent grand resident lounge, dining room, private catering, fireplace, formal dining, media room, lounge room. My favorite feature in the whole building is the grand staircase when you come in as well. So you can have a private catered event. This is the point that the residents or your guests will see. They can take an elevator, of course, as well. That leads up to this grand dining lounge space as well, if you're having private events. People have obviously with high net worth are moving into these kind of buildings, usually have their lawyers or their accountants or their advisors coming to them. We've got private, fully serviced office rooms as well and meeting rooms. So we have literally taught out any end user or luxury buyer, including the family themselves who live in their buildings and live in luxury buildings. They put their own thought process, what has bothered them in living in other buildings, and they've resolved that by making sure every question or any concern your client has is taken care of. We have an answer to that. Specifically with staffing, it's a fully staffed building to cater for luxury buyers. That's kind of a quick overview of some of the projects. What we've done here as well, I don't know, you might have to click this, is each of the slides, we can actually talk about some of the incentives as well. Don't worry, we're going to also send you these too. But if we quickly just go from Q Tower. So Q Tower incentives for purchasers, we touched on it. We've got a 2-year cash flow guarantee and 20 and 30K off the purchase price right now, straight away. Okay. An amendment goes into the contract for the 2-year rental guarantee. We're running at $8. We're giving agents, we're giving 5% plus 20K commission bonus. Sell any 2 units and receive 2 tickets to Taylor Swift for those who are dying to get to Taylor Swift tickets. Most agents so far just want the commission. I know I do. I'm not hip with the Taylor Swift, unfortunately. But again, we can customize the incentives to the cater. What's been happening at Q in a lot of sites is, and Alice and I were talking about this a little bit earlier on, is that buyers are expecting kickbacks in terms of commissions. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase commissions to allow for these kickback to buyers, but we also want to make sure that we're not, we're catering to the agents as well. So in Q Tower's example, it's twofold. We're giving the discount to the buyer, but we're also giving an increased commission, allowing that you may need to give that 2-3% back to the buyer as well. Now, not everyone does it, but it is a factor that comes up quite regularly. So we want to make sure that the agents are still clearing with 5-6% after they've done the deal and they've given the cash back to help. A lot of time it's kind of to help with closing costs. The reason I'm speaking to this is because it's coming up a lot on all our sites over the last year, particularly in this market. And we've catered our projects and with our clients, with the developer, we've had to cater our incentives and package them so that it benefits the buyer, of course. And on the other side, we want it to benefit the agent as well. So again, if we need to change things, we need to tweak things, we can do it. Q Tower is one of those ones right now, and I'm not just saying it, of all the projects, it should be an easy sell. It makes complete sense. We're putting our money where our mouth is. We're giving the agent incentive. We're giving a buyer discount. We're giving a $8 rental guarantee for over 2 years that will make the unit cash flow positive. And I think the big thing of all our projects, and I think a lot of projects in the city, it's very simple. This is probably a 20-30, if not a 20-31 occupancy. You're buying time. The clients are buying time with Q Tower. Most other projects we're on are 2027, 2028. Markets change, they fluctuate. We could go through 2 recessions by the time Q Tower is built. So it's giving the buyers extended deposit structures, which again, Nick can speak to after this presentation. We've really stretched out very low deposit down payments. So it's one of those things we're giving everything to the agent and the buyer to try and get deals done in this project. It will change come next year. I'm definitively on that. We've already had the conversations in the back end. Pricing will change, incentives will change. So really now is the prime opportunity to get the buyers in at Q Tower. As I said, we're already at construction financing. You don't need to take our word for their sales, pitches or marketing information. The construction team will be on site early January. So it's a really, really good time to get into Q Tower as well. We can move on to the next one. So Boulevard Q as well, speaking to the Mattamy home side, 5% off the purchase price. We didn't have this at launch, just so everyone knows. We didn't, we kind of got off to a bit of a slower start. We changed all our incentives about 3-4 months in, and then we put another 40% of sales into building, which was huge. We did more after the fact than we did at launch, and that's because we brought in new incentives as well. So 5% off the purchase price, 5% down in 2 years. And we're already we've already excavated the site. So going to be built. Deposit over 2 years, signing bonus plus 5K gift card. 1 and 2 deals, 6% commission. 3 deals, 7% commission. But if you do 3 deals, we'll pay you the extra point back for the first 2 deals. So basically, you do 1 deal, you're going to get your 6% commission. You do your second deal at 6. If you do a third deal, we'll pay you back the 2 points from the first 2 deals as well. So Mattamy have not done this before. We had to battle to get these kind of agent commissions. If you've sold low rise with them, you've sold with them in the past, you don't get these commissions. And again, you can have peace of mind. You sell the unit, Mattamy product, solid developer. You don't have to think about it. You can go home, do the deal, get paid on it. You don't have to concern yourself with 2 years down the line you have a problem with not being built or deposits being returned as well. So for peace of mind from Strenton developer, and again, quickest payout in the city. And again, we've already started. This is not a new sales incentive. We've already paid commissions. You can ask agents in the market who've done deals. The quickest payout in the city on commissions as well, which is very important. Thank you. 8 Temple incentives. Again, we're very customized in what we can do with this developer. We've got a $7 rental guarantee for 1 bedroom and 1 bedroom plus den suites. This is important because if your clients or the buyers are budgeting, they may not know the location or they're overly concerned with Liberty Village and the growth. Will it take that timeline? We are putting it into the contract so they can actually, like Q Tower, they can budget on the rental guarantee as well. So we've seen a lot of interest since we've introduced that rental guarantee. We've done a number of deals, and we've also got a really cool customized deposit structure for particularly first-time buyers, but it's open to investors as well. 3K a month deposit structure. So it's about kind of getting buyers into the market without having to put huge down payment, getting into the 60, 70K, which a lot of people have to as well. Agent commission, 5% commissions. We've also, anybody who sells 2 deals get a VIP trip for 2 to Miami or New York. 8 agents have already won this trip, are already going on it. You can bring whoever you want. It's not a developer trip. So it's 2 tickets, Miami or New York, business class and hotel accommodation. Bring whoever you want. Bonus gift options, again, 20K shopping spree, private jet voucher, 20K value, and US Open final weekend tickets. The US Open, I would prefer over Taylor Swift tickets. That is a fantastic day or two if you've ever been to the any of the tennis opens, and it's very, very difficult to get tickets for as well. And again, as I was talking about earlier on, everything is customizable. We can tweak things. You don't want trips, we can add on the commission. Everything is open to conversation. We'll go on to the next one. The Bedford again as well. Bedford, we're slightly different how we're kind of running this out. 5-star amenities and services, we can basically offer customized incentives, maybe if it's on maintenance as well. Everything with the Bedford is very private and intimate. We're not blasting it. There's no big in marketing campaigns, excuse me. There's no big PR campaigns. There's no social media campaigns. This is your typical luxury product. Private, confidential. The reason our time slots are 2 hours is we don't want a buyer coming in and then another buyer is walking in and they know each other, especially at that high level. People are very, very private. Houseman Collection is our north-facing suites. So anybody on the first 10 deals, we had this last night. We've got our exclusive Rolex Daytona or Hermes Birkin bags. Apparently, they're very expensive. And then obviously we can customize commissions as well if that's needed too. And again, Bedford is a very unique product. Okay, Birch, again, we've got huge replies on our emails from existing buyers. Unfortunately, it's only eligible for new buyers. So we're offering 0.99% mortgage rate buy down on 2 bedrooms. I don't think this has been seen in the market. We're getting a huge reaction to this. 1.99 mortgage rate down on 1 bedroom plus and only 5% down. Obviously, we're 95% sold. with the topping off event 2 weeks ago. Agent commission, we're at 5%. And again, similar to our other products, open to conversations on this product as well. The next one, please. I think that's similar to our 8 Temple one as well. So we'll go on to the next one. Yeah, Portland, in terms of the incentives, we're only 5% down. It's straight to closing. We're offering, Minto of this agreement with RBC, we're offering a 35-year amortization mortgage and 4% commission as well. But again, huge discounts, which we're not showing on the screen, on the price of these units as well, in line with resale in that King West location for a brand new building. So you have clients looking. I know Alison will definitely have clients looking in that location. This is worth looking at this building as well. And again, exact same for the Saint. Again, we've got a handful of units there. Yeah, district as well. As I mentioned on kind of what's happening in Oakville, we've really got aggressive on this. So 5% down, there's 0 development charges in the building, 0 occupancy fees, parking and locker included for 1 beds, parking 2 lockers included for 2 beds, 2 parkings, 2 lockers included for 3 beds, and 5% commission. No surprises for buyers, particularly your end users or first-time buyers looking to get in. The building is built, we can walk them through it. Huge value. Again, we're in line with resale in the location for a brand new build, and it is stunning. Where developers are, I find right now, where they might be struggling is they've built product, the value might be good, it's already built, but they've, like the way the market was, everybody could just build and sell, it was so busy. Quality really started deteriorating in the market. The level of finish, because everybody was buying, really got very bad. District is one of the exceptions. Now, why are we selling? Not just because of the incentives, because people are walking in and thinking, okay, this is properly finished buildings. This is finished at a very elevated standard. And we're seeing the results from that, not just the incentives, it's the quality of the build is resulting in deals for us in this project as well. So again, come see it, walk through it, see the Trevisano kitchens in person, excuse me, see the quality of the finish that we have here. And then this is their District 2 incentive. So similar as well for the second building. Okay, I think that's it. Is it? Oh, perfect. Okay. Any questions? Anyone? No? Easy crowd. For which one? Of course, yeah. We're going to send you all the incentives. If there's anything that's specifically layouts as well. So how it works with Austin Birch on all our projects is we've got a portal link, and I'm going to show you here. So this is kind of what's coming in fall as well. I don't know if you have to press play on this. So we're going to be introducing a new broker portal. So Alison, you may not have seen this as well. It's a new portal that's coming. Everything will be accessible on your cell phones or on the desktop. All our projects will be available on one portal system. And how that will work is all the incentives will be updated, all the floor plans, all the brochures, everything is in one place. And it's very simple to use. We use Blackline a lot for all our projects in terms of the 3D modeling and the floor plans and the views. We use that on all our buildings. So we would be sending you, after today, we'll be sending you an email with all the portal links for all our buildings. And most importantly, this is going to be pretty special because it'll be just a centralized database that everybody can use it in one go as well, which is pretty impressive. So everything will be updated. Any new incentives that we're introducing, any new floor plans, any new layouts will all be updated on the portal link as well, and one centralized database. We do have a very, very busy pipeline coming next year. As negative as the media can be and real estate can be, we are very bullish in what's going to happen next year. Our clients are also very bullish. A lot of the big corporate developers that we deal with we're already in meetings. We already know what's coming. We've got some very, very exciting buildings. So I guess we've got existing inventory, existing project. We're already looking forward though to what's coming in the next year or two. There's probably another 9-12 months, I think, personally, in the market of value. I think into then a year and a half, that's going to start changing again. We're going to start really skyrocketing again, because I think we're going to have a big problem with supply in the next few years as well. Even if you take Q Tower, for example, and you look at other projects in the downtown core, anything that's coming to fruition in the next, 5 years, say, you've got your Formas, you've got your Q Towers, you've got your 101 Spadinas, you've got your free buildings. There's maybe 5 high-rise buildings that will be coming to the downtown location in the next 5-6 years. 5 buildings. So if you even take 1,000 units, which is not that's not how many there is. You take, it's 5,000 condos, brand new condos that we're going to have come to the market in 5 years. So we are going to have it's not a financial problem. We are going to have a huge supply problem. So when you're pitching Q Tower to your clients, it's worth explaining to them, and you can actually speak to what's coming. It's factual. It's not a sales pitch. We are going to have a serious problem with supply. So therefore your rental values are going to be considerably higher, and your sales values and your resale values are going to be considerably higher, because a lot of the buildings that are already coming to completion right now, like the Saint, for example, by Minto, all these buildings are already nearly built. We've already sold them out, so people are going to be moving into them. We're going to have a scenario where normally you'd have 20, 25 buildings coming to the market downtown. Now we're going to have 5 in the next 5 years. So it's actually a big supply issue on that downtown core location as well.
When they sold the ice condo,
Yeah.
I spent one night in the street to buy a condo facing south,
Yes.
having a panorama view of lake with
Yeah.
that small airport over there.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of years, tried to build 65.
Yeah. 10 York.
Building just in front of my unit.
Yeah. And now we're building one in front of 10 York.
Something I like about Q Tower is I'm sure nobody can build something in front of that. So
No, they can't. Like, again, so we see, are you Persian?
Yes.
Yes. So a lot of Persian agents and I've met, I don't speak Farsi yet, unfortunately, as good as I am, but a lot of Persian buyers and kind of the Chinese buyers have really been absorbing Q Tower and sales. A lot of the buyers are coming to the sites. So when you're speaking, I don't know if have you been to the rooftop?
No.
No. So the rooftop is at Q Tower is very unique in that you understand the views very quickly. To the south, you've got the Water Club towers. So the one to the west of Q Tower, the southwest of Q Tower, I think is 28 stories. And then the one to the southeast is, I believe, 38 stories. So they're already built product. Beneath that, you've got the central element of the building, the key plate, the two bedrooms that are in the middle of the key plate facing south. Even from the 5th, 6th, 7th floor, you have views of the lake. Okay. If you start going over the 25, 26 on the southwest, you clear Water Club. You've got fully protected, not like back when you bought, fully protected. Yeah, fully protected because there's no future development available to the southwest looking down towards Billy Bishop. Then even if you come around and you talk about the west side, the buildings are already built. But even if we go beyond that, we get onto Lakeshore and the Gardiner, they're not going to build projects on the Gardiner or Lakeshore. And look, even if there's always work going on, even if they end up getting rid of the Gardiner, okay, we've got Lakeshore beneath it. So there is definitively no scenario where you're going to have future development on the west side. Geographically, it's not possible. As we keep coming round to the west and we're getting back towards the north side of the building, that's when we're starting to look directly at CN Tower, Rogers Centre, etc. They're not going to ever develop. It's the main tourist attraction in Canada. They're not going to start developing beside the CN Tower, build a master plan community.
Okay, you don't have to spend one night on the street.
No, you can. I'll do it for you right now. You can do it from the comfort of your chair.
This is my view in ice condo.
Well,
my
ice condo now. So we've seen it. We've a lot of residents, no joking, from Water Club towers coming down to the rooftop when they see us at the events, and now they're selling their units at Water Club to buy Q Tower because their views are going to be gone. The views to the north is going to be completely gone. 10 York they'll have west still, which beautiful sunset views, but they're going to lose the views kind of towards Billy Bishop from our side as well. So the site is very, very unique. You know what I mean? And we've seen people come look at for Lake, and then when they go to the site and they see, wow, actually north is also very, very impressive, because I live at 18 Harbour Street, down the street from Q Tower. I'm on the 44th floor and I face the lake, and it's magnificent. We use it a lot. The problem is, come winter, come in the evening time when it gets darker, I don't see anything. I see the Weston Conference Centre and I see it's black, so I can't see anything. But when you actually have got the city views at nighttime, so we've done a lot, we're strategic too at sales. We bring people, particularly if I have somebody who reaches out who wants to see a north view unit, I never bring them till the evening, because you're getting the beautiful skyline of the evening. If you've got somebody coming looking at south, it's nice to bring them during the day because they'll understand the lake view element as well. But Q Tower caters to a lot of buyers, end users, investors. And as I said, you can budget very quick. It's very black and white. There's your rental guarantee. We've got an investor deck, which runs all the numbers for each specific unit, showing you exactly what you'll be getting in 5-6 years time on the rental guarantee. And I think we're cash flow positive at about between 13, 15, 16, 17,000 a year on some of these units as well. So again, we're in the green, we're not in the red. At 7, you're in the red. Somewhat, you're on that line. At $8, it brings you up it brings you cash flow positive as well. So a lot of the Persians have purchased in the building. They like Lakeview as well. We've done, you know, again, it's self-explanatory. We've 60% of the building sold. Construction is starting. Not worrying about, you know, are they going to get a call or in a year or two or an email saying project's not being built out? We're in a very, very good position. I think as negative as the market has been over the last 12 months or so, and I can speak to this as somebody who's involved in multiple projects, not just Q Tower. Q Tower, you know, which is fantastic, has been by far been one of the most successful projects in Canada for 2023 and 2024. And that's not just from the marketing or, you know, the pricing. It's very simple. The proof is in what we've done. You know, to sell a 900-unit high-rise building in this market and to hit 60% in sales, that's an incredible feat to achieve. You know, there's other high-rise buildings who I won't mention, wouldn't be fair to mention them, who unfortunately have done 15, 20%. That's probably, you're in problem territory there. So your client is, you're pitching a product that's going to be built, and we're throwing everything at it in terms of incentives and in terms of offerings to the clients. But I know definitively, I'm not giving you a sales pitch. Come early next year, the gloss and everything we're offering right now won't be available. They've already hit the quota with the banks. I think we need maybe another 15 deals by the end of the year. We're doing maybe 3-4 deals a week, probably about 7, but with rescissions, people changing their mind. We're finishing up about 4 deals a week that are firming. And in this market, you know, I think that's pretty impressive to be hitting those, particularly the bigger units as well. So people are getting in, where agents are incentivized. Everybody wins with a Q Tower deal without being cheesy. Agent is rewarded. Buyers, it's a good investment. They've got the rental guarantee. It makes complete sense. You don't need to give a glossy marketing pitch. Q Tower is very black and white in terms of what you're offering. The location speaks for itself. The views are fully protected. 2 huge developers, not just 1, 2 huge powerhouses. You have to remember too, the car park is a fully functional car park. They're making $2.5 million a year on rent roll off that parking lot. So it's a fully functional income for them as well. So, you know, Q Tower is, if I had more Q Towers, it would be somewhat make the job easier. But definitely from a numbers point of view, it makes, and a product point of view, it makes a lot of sense as well. But I think you need to, get the clients to the gallery. You need to bring them to the rooftop. The rooftop by far, and I'm not going on about it, is incredible. I've seen people who very little interest. The clients brought them to the rooftop, bang, they're signing a deal 24 hours later. Because you understand it. You don't have to take an agent's opinion. You don't have to take a portal or a marketing link or a drone shot. You know it from ice. You stand on the car park on the 8th floor. You know what your view is to the south. You know what your view is to the north. You know they can't build in front of me. You don't need to be in real estate. You can understand it yourself.
Show the client the rooftop.
So it's private, but you just let us know. Myself or Nick, I'll give you my card. We just need to let security know. We prefer to be there with you. Your job is to get them there. Our job to sell it and partner with you to sell it. So I think you just let us know. Alison has worked with us before in the past as well. We're very hands-on. We work around your time. If it's early morning, it's late at night. We're not going to go back and forth on times. You tell us when you want us to be there with your client, and we will make it work. Our sales centers are normally like 11:30 to 6, 12 to 5 at the weekend. We don't work like that. I don't anyway. So if you need to go in the morning, you need to go in the night. On any of our sales centers, we are available to customize around you. So we don't want you calling us, then me calling somebody else, and you've lost interest. If it's hard at the beginning for the client to even get an appointment, then what's the chances of even doing a deal if that part's difficult? So we keep it very easy for you. Client tells you the time, we make it work as well. Okay. Any other questions at all?
Did you say that this portal is going to be ready? The one with everything?
So the portal I think should be ready in the next few weeks, but all the information, we're just going to send it to John in one email with the portal link for each project. And when you click into the portal, all the assets are available on each portal link. So the marketing assets, the floor plans, the price lists, incentives are on each link for each project. So again, you may not want to look at one project. It's very simple. You can just click into Q Tower. You can see Q Tower. You want to click into a temple. You can click into a temple. Okay. Anything else? No? That was easy. This is again, just a quick overview on some of our upcoming projects. So Diamond Corp, again, you can see a lot of repeat clients, which means we're doing an okay job. They're obviously quite happy that they're bringing us on to their next projects, which is a good sign. So Diamond Corp, obviously we're involved in Q Tower. With Cadillac Fairview, we'll be bringing a new project. I'm teasing a little bit. I can't speak to the building or the locations. We're still reviewing floor plans. We're still going through some of the back end stuff with the clients. Alterran District, Stafford Homes, Mattamy, and Lifetime, and obviously all our existing projects as well. So an exciting 12 months coming. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to let us know. And thank you to John for facilitating as well. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to hang around. If you have any questions, you want to submit all your worksheets now, you can. We're open for we're open for business. We're open for business. No, but thank you, everyone. I know it's hard. Everyone's busy.